Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday to your faces. Let's dive right into it. I want to talk about Grant Horvath and some of the recent things he's been doing online in content, some of the paths he's taking, and some interesting conversations around them. So hit that subscribe button if you enjoy. Let's dive right in. Now, really quick aside before we get started. This video right here, Florida's most dangerous golf course. That was the Jurassic Park golf course video, the most recent one Grant uploaded. Actually, a really cool video. Check it out. I really enjoyed it. I think when he does these more like in-depth course videos, it's kind of like when he did a series for a little while that was like course rating, like trying to rate courses, but just said there was like so much that went into those, they just weren't feasible. But I really do enjoy when he gets opportunities to play really unique courses like this. So anyways, that one caught me a little off guard. The F1 video was another one we talked about and kind of bridges into what we're talking about today. If you missed my last video when I talked about it, Grant, I think, is in an interesting spot. Like if you just go look at the guy's channel, he has played with every YouTube golfer time and time again, and even like YouTube golf adjacent people like John Daly. He's already done matches with him, Luke Kwan, Fat Perez, like whoever he wants he can get. But some of his best videos are when he reaches outside of that YouTube golf pool, aka the Josh Allen video. More recently, one of my favorite videos he's ever put out was this video with this world number one ranked junior golfer, the guy who went on to the the Korn Ferry Tour and made the cut at 15 years old. Absolute stick, like complete prodigy level golfer. But this video with Grant was one of the first times we had ever seen him, like one of the first times on camera this guy's ever been out there doing stuff outside of professional events, because he doesn't really have social media. Like he has an Instagram but doesn't really use it. Apparently Grant said he didn't even know what YouTube golf was. Okay, Nate, where's this all going? The point is that these videos, I think, tend to be his best. Obviously, when he got the collab with John Rahm and the Bryan Bros, that was absolutely killer. The Fleetwood video, the problem with these ones is that they were all a little shorter because they were part of the TaylorMade thing, but you can see Nelly Korda, nearly 1 million views. Fleetwood, nearly 1 million views. Like, this is some of the best content this guy puts out, is when he has these collaborations. But then you look, a Rick Shiels mini major, 440,000 views. Like, the tap in on the YouTube golf side of things, I think, might almost be a little oversaturated for Grant, because he is a YouTube golf guy. He's appeared in so much YouTube golf content in other people's channels, whatever, that the best moves for him, I don't think anymore, are collaborating with other YouTubers. Like, I can't believe that these Rick Shiels videos, I mean, yes, this was the first one, got 1 million views, but 444, 442, like, these are low performing videos for Grant, which is just absolutely hilarious. He should be reaching out. A great example, a great bridge of that is the one with Wesley, the 1v1, 801,000 views, because Wesley is a YouTube golfer, but he's not a YouTube golfer. You know what I mean? Like, he's a PGA Tour golfer, and that is one of the things that makes him so interesting to our spaces. It's like, he's one of us, but we know he's better than us. You know what I mean? He's on a different level than us, but he still feels like he's one of us, which is really, really cool. Anyways, why this is all being brought up is because Grant is doing something that we actually have seen done before. Another guy who's been in this position over time is Rick Shiels. Obviously, Rick Shiels is the mecca of YouTube golf. 2.8 million subscribers, the most subscribed to Watch Me Play Golf ever. Obviously, he does do, and recently has been doing, a lot more of this kind of like improve your golf game content, which is interesting. Some of it does well, some of it not so much, but I think a lot of it is meant to be like longer play videos. Like, these are videos like how to hit your drives better. Like, yes, it only has 117,000 views in 11 days. Simple tips for beginners, high handicappers, 104th. That, like, you might look at those and you're like, wow, Rick Shiels is falling off. Wow, those videos are not doing very well. The thing with these videos is that they're meant to be longer play videos. They last a long time. These are videos that anyone can click on, how to hit good golf shots consistently. Like, you will click on it in 5 years, and it'll be just as relevant as it is today. So those videos aren't like these, like Hidden Resort Golf, Big News, UK's Hardest Golf Course, Break 75. Like, those are evergreen videos, but you're less likely to watch like a Watch Me Play Golf video from 4 years ago versus like a 5 driver shots you need to know. Doesn't matter if that's 10 years old, it's still probably going to be really relevant information. But anyway, as usual, got a little sidetracked there. My point is that over the years, Rick Shiels has done things on his channel, played with tour players, whether it be Sergio Garcia, which is ironic, we're going to talk about in a second. You know, he's had Tommy Fleetwood on, he's done all of these. His Can I Beat X Tour Player If I Start 10 Under Par? That's a series that Rick has had for a long time and has been really successful. Obviously, this Tommy Fleetwood one, 1.1 million views. He has a bunch of those. Like, I would argue, well, the problem with Rick is a lot of his instructional videos are going to be like the most viewed. But yeah, here we go. 10-shot challenge, Tommy Fleetwood the first, 4.7. The Ricky Fowler 10-shot challenge, 4.2. Like, those are Ian Poulter, 3.2. Those are consistently some of his best performing videos. But they're reaching out to people, 16-year-old golfer, you know, +7 handicap. Like, these are videos that aren't YouTube golfers with YouTube golfers, and they are reaching out to an audience further than his. Now that's important because with 2.8 million subscribers, Rick Shiels already touches everyone who watches YouTube golf. So in order to get more views and grow more, he has to introduce himself to people outside YouTube golf. Now, that is what I think Grant Horvath is doing. I think Grant has reached a point where he's almost saturated the YouTube golf market, and trying things like this, although I don't really think the F1 driver one is the most interesting ever, but that's okay. Trying things like this, you know, Josh Allen, that did work. This is the path forward. This really is. This is what makes me click on a Grant Horvath video right now. Like, I've seen a lot of Grant Horvath videos. I love Grant Horvath. I'm not really watching Grant and FP play right now. I'm just not. I love both those guys, but I've seen it already. I've seen it what feels like a million times. What I haven't seen is Grant play against the #1 junior golfer in the world. Introduce us to someone that's brand new. Even the Ben Cooper match, like, he was still relatively new to YouTube golf. I'd really not seen him play. Okay, that's cool. Click on it. Like, Grant has the ability, being such a big name now, to almost like introduce people to the space. But on top of that, he is now moving what looks to be more down a similar path of Rick Shiels. So this came on his Instagram story this morning. Could I beat Sergio Garcia if I start 5 under par in 18 holes? Be honest. And then the next story following that is him playing with Sergio Garcia and showing a side angle of his swing. Looks to be probably at the same course that Rick played him at in Texas there, which will be an interesting comparison because I think Rick shot like a million. No offense to Rick. He had a bad day. Tough course. But yeah, that will be a very interesting side by side. But this is what Grant needs. And I talked to him about this in my interview with him at the beginning of the year or the end of last year with the TaylorMade deal. His access to athletes who play TaylorMade gear, but then just obviously to his presence in the space, he's going to have access to almost whoever he wants. He needs to be getting these like 18-hole stroke play matches. Like, that is the next level up for him, and I think that's something he's moving towards. I think that's something that is going to level up his content. Like, Grant can totally just go out and play courses by himself. I think the cut series that he's doing with the Brian Bros is awesome. At least for me, that's the kind of content I want to see. Good solo stroke play golf content. And then when you mix that with like a high-end tour pro, or again, someone who's just incredible at golf that I haven't seen, whether it be a junior golfer or really good amateur golfer, like, that is such a lane for Grant. Now, a lot of people sent me this story this morning and said, has Grant gone too far? Is Grant copying Rick Shiels? That's essentially why I started talking all about the Rick Shiels stuff. And no, my answer to that is no. I literally got 20 DMs about that this morning in like the hour since this has been sent. Listen, I appreciate it. It gave me the idea for this video, but no, absolutely not. Like, playing stroke play matches against another pro golfer, yes, he's doing the shot handicap thing, but like, handicaps are handicaps in golf. That is not a unique idea that Rick Shiels invented. Like, people play with handicaps. That's how golf works at the amateur level, and that's how you can play someone who's significantly better or significantly worse than you and still have a good competitive match. So no, it's not weird. I think it's, you know, it's going to be interesting. I don't know about 5 strokes on Sergio Garcia. It depends how he's playing. You know, Grant is a really good golfer, but you know, Grant's going to consistently go and shoot like between like 1 under to 1 over par most time he plays. Sergio Garcia, especially at his home course, and I don't think 5, 6, 7 under par is out of the question. So anyway, I think it'll be competitive. I think it'll be interesting, but I don't think he's ripping off Rick Shiels. I think he's just elevated himself to a level where he has to do similar things to what Rick Shiels does. He started not the hit channel, that is Rick Shiels' channel. There are a lot of similarities between these two. I've called Grant the second coming of Rick, the Buccaneer. You know, Rick's the pioneer. Rick's the one who like figured this whole thing out, and he's always going to be the OG, and he's always going to be the big cojones. But Grant's the Buccaneer. He comes and he learns from Rick, and he's trying to evolve things. I don't know if, I'm not going to put words in his mouth. I'm not saying he's doing that necessarily intentionally, but just looking from the outside, it couldn't be any more similar, especially now that he started Grant Horvath Teaches. That's the one where he's doing more instructional style content similar to these videos. And I mean, I actually think that he is really crushing those videos. Grant Horvath Teaches. This is one of the hardest things to do, by the way, is type and talk at the same time whilst trying to stay interesting. It's just my brain does not, it does too much. Grant Horvath teaches. I mean, look, 72, 234. I mean, that was a match. This is almost like a second channel for him, like, which I don't know. I think I like more just like when it's the instructional stuff, but 73,100. Yeah, so it's not Rick Shiels level numbers for instructional content, but Grant's talked a million times about how he likes the teaching stuff. So it's a good other outlet. You know, you can't just post the videos, the big production videos. Like, it's tough to post more than one of those a week. So this allows him another outlet to be, you know, seen and doing stuff and providing value to his community. But he does feel like the second coming of Rick Shiels in a lot of ways. So anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think he's copying Rick. I think it's a natural evolution, and I really like it. And I think both him and Rick would say that it, well, I think Rick would totally say that, you know, he likes what Grant's doing and he's proud of him and all that. Rick is a proponent of the space, and I don't think he's worried about anyone copying, because also, like, no one's going to be Rick Shiels. Rick Shiels is the best Rick Shiels. You're not going to out Rick Shiels. Grant Horvath might be doing a lot of things similar, but he is putting his own spin on them. So I think it's good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend.